Have you ever drawn on a comic blank? Because this was my first time and I was really nervous. But before I get into it, hello everyone, welcome back to my atelier. My name is Zoe and today I'll be drawing on a magic comic blank. So I initially got my hands on this because we have an upcoming Comic Con here and I wanted to commission some of the artists coming here to draw on it. But blanks are really expensive to get drawn on because they're essentially on like a rush fee, and I don't have that kind of money right now. So I was like, you know what, I might as well draw on it myself and get in a little bit of practice. Plus, I really love the current Magic run, and I thought that this would be a cute way to pay homage to one of my favorite ongoing series. I was really nervous to get started on this, so I decided to do some thumbnailing in my sketchbook. I definitely knew that I wanted to contrast like Magic and Darkchild, so Ileana and Darkchild, because I think there's so much interesting like opportunities to kind of play around with those aesthetics. And one of the ways in which I decided to kind of explore this a little bit is through line work. And I can already tell you right beforehand, I wish I would have went a little bit heavier with the inks in the final piece. But I'm trying to give myself a little bit of grace because this was my first time and I was just not used to working on, well, in this kind of format. After the thumbnails, I went to do like a bigger mock-up, specifically for the colors. I used alcohol markers in the final product, but for my mock-up I used watercolors. I'm gonna be honest, I wish I would have used watercolors for the final one because I'm a lot more confident in watercolor than I am with alcohol markers. And I'm touching on that later too because I had a little bit of an issue working with these. Nonetheless, I did a little bit of a color test. The idea for that was to have like the Darkchild part of Magic reflected in the sword. I'm not super duper knowledgeable on Magic lore, so correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But as far as I understand it, Darkchild is part of Magic. It's like her constant battle that she has going on in like inside of her. So I wanted Darkchild to have kind of be reflected in her blade to kind of allude to the fight aspect because it's in the sword. Yeah, okay. I thought I was having some cool thoughts there, but I'm out loud. They don't sound that cool. Anyways, so I did a little bit of a mock-up. I wanted to go with like a cleaner, more neat line art on the left side, the quote-unquote like Ileana side, and then on the right I wanted to go heavier with the inks to kind of signify that chaos and everything. And to be honest, I wish I left the background on the Ileana part white. I went in with blue because I was like, oh, blue and red, it's like good and evil or like conflicts, so whatever. I was also practicing my inking a little bit on in my sketchbook, but then I decided to just move on to the final piece because you know what, screw it. I sketched it out with a 0.7 like red lead mechanical pencil. I used the unicolor ones. They're really nice to work with, to be honest. I'm not a big fan of pencil, but I like the colored lead. I think it gives a really nice effect. I was really nervous sketching this out because this is like a you only get one try kind of thing. Yeah, I can't just like buy a new piece of paper or flip the page. But nonetheless, I think that the sketch turned out very well. I was inking with a mix of microns and the Copic fine liners. I discovered recently that I'm just not that good at inking with fine liners. Dip pen, however, is something that I've recently had a big passion for. I feel like it gives you more control over like how you present your work. I think fine liners are very restrictive, as in they only really have one thickness. The next best thing is like a pen with a futa nib. I really like the futa nib that Tumbo makes. I think they're really fun to use, and this is like my holy grail pen. I take those things everywhere, so you're gonna see me come in with that a little bit later. But yeah, I was a little bit too scared to come with the dip pen onto this because it's very messy and I didn't want to mess it up. But I kind of wish I did, but oh well. By the way, I'm referencing the concept art for the current Magic run for like the Darkchild Magic. There's one thing I really like that a lot of artists and, well, I guess runs do with Magic is the kind of design changes she goes through. I think comics are a lot less strict with how characters are designed, so they'll go through like small little changes throughout the series or between different series, and I really like that. I really like that. But yeah, I'm referencing the official concept art. that I found on Google. I also initially wanted to do a Scarlet Witch blank, but they were out of Scarlet Witch blanks in my local comic store, so I decided to go with Magic. Funnily enough, Magic is actually one of the only like full runs that I'm collecting right now. There's a lot of amazing variant covers. I am a variant cover fiend. It's my weak spot. There's some comic artists that I really like that I always like make an effort to kind of follow and see where they're releasing variants. One of those is David Nakayama, and the other one of those is Ben Harvey. However, the Magic variants so far have been very cool too. So there's some upcoming that I'm very excited for. So I'm looking forward to that. I also want to take a quick pause to give you guys some comic recommendations, because I was talking with you guys in the Discord about comics, and some people asked for recommendations or what I'm reading currently or what I would recommend. So, since it is Comic Book Wednesday when I'm recording this, here are the things that I'm recommending to you right now. The current Magic run, the one that I'm drawing on right now, very fun. If you play Marvel Rivals and want to get into like the characters, I recommend starting with that Magic run because it's only like 3 issues in so far, so there's plenty of time to just catch up. Speaking of Marvel Rivals, if you want to read about Psylocke has a really fun current run right now. I'm not fully caught up yet because my friend borrowed some of the later issues from me, but according to him it's very fun, so I like what I've read so far. Doctor Strange of Asgard only has 1 issue out so far, but I really like it. The first issue ended very interesting and it seems very promising. So if you want to do a little bit, something more fun and character focused, Doctor Strange of Asgard, highly recommend. It's really cool. Then kind of shifting over into the DC sphere, and this is for especially if you like really good page art, the current Zatanna run is amazing. I've been recommending this to everyone. 20 pages each issue, and it's 20 pieces of absolute mastery. My only problem with the Zatanna run is that all the variants are so beautiful, I cannot pick which ones to get. So I always stand there and I'm like, damn it, what do I get? Because they're really amazing. The current Batgirl run is also awesome. Cassandra Cain is my favorite Batgirl. She's probably my favorite DC character, so I might be a little bit biased on that, but if you want to read a really good run that balances action and character story really well, I recommend picking up Batgirl Volume 6. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, Absolute Flash. I picked up the first issue last time I was at the comic store, and it looks very promising. If you're a fan of the Flash, emphasis on the Flash, pick it up. You're gonna get a lot out of it, trust me. And that's it for my recommendations for everything that's going on currently. I have a whole list of like stuff that has been released ages ago that I would recommend reading, but I'll get into that another time. Here you can just kind of see me coloring. I'm using Copics that are kind of very old to color this, and it did not go well, okay? Half of them were really dry. I keep saying I'm gonna get back into alcohol markers because I do like working with them. It's just that I have so many that are like dried out or almost dried out, and they're expensive, so I don't want to like go to the store and buy a bunch of them because once again it's expensive. So that's kind of like the spiral that I am when it comes to working with alcohol markers. Here is like one of my biggest mistakes in that piece, I think, and that is coloring the background blue. I think I should have just left it white. It looked better white. I don't know why I went in with the blue, but whatever. I also, towards the end, you can see me use some gel pen to bring in back some of the accents. Overall, it's not the worst. I definitely want to try again. Yeah. I had a blank for a Wolverine comic, but I gave that one to my friend to draw on. So also I'm not that big of a Wolverine fan, so maybe, I don't know. I'm going to the comic store tonight. I'll see if there's more blanks there that I can draw on because I do like drawing it. I think the next time I just want to do like inks and then maybe like black and white. or like a grayscale kind of spectrum, because I think that would look cool. But yeah, let me know if you have any comic recommendations, because I'm always looking for stuff to pick up now that I find a place that actually has weeklies. I have this chronic issue of picking up Poison Ivy comics because I love Poison Ivy so much. So now I have a bunch of like random Poison Ivy issues sitting there, and like I open them and I just look at the art because the art is amazing. Yeah, I've always wanted to become a comic artist when I was younger, so it's kind of fun getting to draw on a cover a little bit. I don't know if that dream ever will become a reality, because the art world right now is a little bit crazy. But yeah, I did really enjoy drawing on this. Let me know what you think. Have you drawn on any comic blanks? Or have you commissioned someone to draw comic blanks? I would love to see that. I have a Discord. It's in the description, so if you would like to share, I would love to see it. What else? Oh, I have a bigger video coming soon about kind of writing your characters without writing, and I'm really excited to share that with you guys. But so far, I want to do more fan art, to be honest. There's so many things that I'm really into right now, such as comics. So I don't know, maybe you can do like fan art Fridays or something like that. I think that would be really, really fun. And yeah, I also went over this with colored pencil because some of the like marks were a bit too severe and I couldn't fix them because I didn't have the right colors to fix them. So colored pencils coming in a clutch. I love colored pencils so much. I feel like they save me out of every situation. And yeah, that's pretty... Oh, I forgot to mention, support your local comic stores. I didn't know there was a comic store that sells single issues around me until like 5 years into living where I am living now. So there's still quite a few, but I've seen a lot of comic stores go out of business recently, which is really sad. So if you're interested in reading comics, single issues, go support your local comic store. Just go say hi, tell them they're doing a good job, talk to them. They can always like... it's a job of passion. So if you need recommendations for, a reading order, or, getting started with comics, or getting started with just a certain character, they most likely will be able to help you. So, and I'm sure they'll enjoy chatting with you. So if it seems like something really intimidating to get into, just go say hi. Because they love, like, most people that I, got to know that work in comic shops really, really love working there, and yeah, getting people reading. So yeah, support your local comic shops. And that's about it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Socials are in the description, and I'll see you again soon.